Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So today we're going to be doing the McGrath Labs and it's the eyeshadow palette in Sublime. It's the mini version. If you hadn't seen my other video, this is what it looks like. I did a few swatches and I also did like a on Instagram, TikTok and on my posts, just a look that I did. I hadn't done it kind of on video like we're doing today, so that's the plan. It's the Sublime palette. It's £27, but I will say, as I've said before, if you do have the other palettes, you possibly don't need these. So the first thing we're going to do is go in with my e.l.f. putty primer, and that's been in my to use basket for a while. I am making really good progress on it, as you can see there. So we're going to do that. I cannot, my ears are completely blocked, so I can't even hear myself talk properly today. It's been like that for like 3 days, and I've got an appointment at Morgan Optometry, and they're gonna like syringe my ears on Wednesday. It's the closest appointment I could get, but I literally can't hear properly at all. So I don't know how it happened. I just woke up about 3 days ago and I could kind of faintly hear, like, I know this sounds strange, but like my heartbeat, and I know that sounds strange, but and then I just couldn't hear properly at all. So not fun, but that's just how it goes. So that's that. It's just, look, you can see how much I'm getting out of that. So it's doing really well, and the putty primers do seem to keep on. Rather, it's silicone. It's not silicone based, but it's a putty primer, which does keep the kind of, it's a thicker thicker primer, so it's going to keep the color or the foundation on for longer. So now what I'm going to do while that's setting is just show you the you would have seen it in my video, but just show you the colors if it will open. This is what the colors look like. I think I said before that it's a very small palette. It did definitely underwhelm me when I first got it, but that's what it looks like. So definitely like a warm golds, browns. You can get different ones, but these, I think these colors are in a variation of different palettes, and she's just taken them and put them in smaller palettes. So if you do have the bigger palettes from McGrath, you wouldn't necessarily need this, but for me, I'm kind of testing it out. It was a gift card purchase too, so I didn't personally pay for it. If you were to look for it on Cult Beauty and Lookfantastic, it's £27, so that's what that looks like. And you do get, you know, 6 really good quality colors there, and I'll put the pictures and names of them all up now. So what we're going to do before that is just go in with my Wet n Wild, and I'm actually not going to go too heavy today. I'm going to be using my tinted hydrator, and mine is in Fair. That's what that looks like. I've got two. I've got one in Fair and Fair Light, and Fair Light is actually deeper, so when I self tan I use Fair Light. So we're just going to pop it on the hand, warm it on the skin like that. I probably took out too much there, but that's okay. I'm trying to keep my hair down when I'm not in work, because I tend to have to tie it up a lot. So when I'm not in work, I'm trying to keep it down, but then it just means moving it around when I'm putting on makeup, so it's okay. So what we're going to do is just go in with our beauty blender. This is my smaller one, and just dab that around the face. Don't forget, my live is going to be every Monday at 6, so that's going to be this Monday coming, and we are going to be doing the exotic palettes. So this is a Ucanbe palette, and I'll pop up a post after this video. It's a beautiful palette, guys, and the quality of the colors are amazing. So we're going to be using the Ucanbe Exotics palette. Ucanbe are a very good kind of budget brand, I would say, but the colors in this are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put up a picture on the post section of my channel after this video, just to show you. They're beautiful, guys. It's not a new palette at all, but if you're looking for something that has such variety, including glitters and shimmers, this is definitely the palette to look at, and it's not very expensive. So that's going to be the live. Do join me at 6 o'clock on Monday, UK and Ireland time, 6 p.m. Okay. So that's it, guys. I didn't need a lot, but I probably took out too much there. It does come out, because it's a liquid hydrator base, it does come out a little bit kind of faster than, say, a thicker foundation, or, you know, even some BB creams are thicker than that. But I absolutely love it. I really do. It doesn't have an SPF, so always have an SPF underneath that in your skincare. So what we're going to do now, just find the lid for that. Okay, sorry guys, I can't even, I just feel so, like, I can kind of hear my voice, but it feels very strange. So I'm hoping that this syringing goes okay. I'm on these eardrops for, I'll have to start them tomorrow, I think, when I get them. But yeah, it's not nice, but okay. So let's go ahead with this. So what I'm going to do is then use my color corrector. I'm still using my Makeup by Mario. That was my first purchase as well. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, and mine's in light. It looks a lot darker in the pan, but actually it's not too bad. That's what that looks like. You can see it looks dark, but it's actually lovely. I don't use it as a contour. You can. I kind of use it just to, you know, give myself some color and enhance really the skin. So before that, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use Concealer, and this is in Peach. For me, it's like a color corrector. Usually color correctors for my skin tone are green. So when I say color corrector, I mean it just lights, it enhances, or sorry, it doesn't enhance any blue under eye or dark circles. It helps me with that. So I'd go in with this before I go in with my e.l.f. Hydration Concealer, and you can see I'm definitely making good use of that too. So I'm trying to use what I have because I'm on a no-buy for makeup until May, but skincare I'm still very much, you know, purchasing if I need to. And obviously if there is like something that just needs to be repurchased, I'll get that, but in general I'm not buying makeup. Okay, so we're going to go in again with our beauty blender, just holding my hair out of the way. I wanted to get this done earlier and we would have got natural light, but I just wasn't feeling 100%, so couldn't really. I feel really kind of like sinusy and everything. Okay, so again, it blends into the skin really, really nice. And I'm not dragging, I'm dabbing things into the skin, not dragging it in any way. And it's a really good colour match for my skin too. So if you're fair like me, this would be a good colour for you. Okay. So we're going to go in, before we go in with the Makeup by Mario, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is what it looks like. I've got the lightest, so I'm just going to get the hair out of the way quickly. Just the nature of my, going back to my hair, the nature of my work, it's so full on. As in support work, you can't keep your hair down, and it's just easier due to kind of everything that you do to have it up. But then it obviously it breaks quite easily, and it doesn't keep as well. I cut my own hair, followed a tutorial, did it myself. I just have no time, and my energy and everything isn't great. And as you know, if you follow my channel, I struggle with migraines. So going into a kind of a hairdresser's where they like not tug your hair, but you know, when they're putting in a color or cutting or brushing or washing, to me that would usually be fine. But now, since I've had the migraines, it's really difficult. So I did my own, and I don't know how well I did, but we'll see. Maybe when I get a little bit better, I can go back to getting my hair done, but I do it myself for now. Not something I was used to ever doing before, but just for now, I find it easier to do it myself. Okay. Here and here. Okay, so let's go back in with that beauty blender. Kind of feels like you're talking through a microphone when you have your ears blocked. You can't really A, hear properly, and B, you just sound really different. And then I was in work, and I was conscious that I was talking louder because I wanted to make sure people could hear me, because I couldn't hear them properly. So yes, the good thing is in Morgan Optometry, that's where I'm going. Because I'm a support worker, I found out that I get like 10% off, so I'll be getting, so I have to get my ears syringed, which I think is usually about 80, and I'm getting it for like 50 or something like that, because I've got a blue light card. So if you're a support worker, generally take a look at what it covers, and it can cover, sometimes it's covered some of my points on a Ryanair flight, which is really good. It covers a various amount of things. So if you're in essential work, not just support work, do take a look, guys, at what you might get on your blue light card, because it's really helped me out. Okay, there we go. So before we do any powder, I am going to go in, like I said, with that Makeup by Mario skin enhancer, sculpting skin enhancer. So you can go really, really, you know, carefully and sculpt the face. I'm just going to put a bit, want to kind of have a little bit of colour in it, make it look a bit more kind of alive, because I'm feeling so ill. That's what we're going to do. So this is what that looks like. Then I'll set the under eyes. I've got an e.l.f. quad, but I always use this one here, and forgive me, it is used a lot. It's a bit powdery. This is the one I use to just set the under eyes as well. So I'm going to go in first with my fingers and just pop it in. Again, you can get various colours. I'm in the lightest one, but you can see that's the lightest, and look how dark it is. Let me know, guys, if you were on my live, the very last live, because if you remember my well, if you were on, you'd know my lighting kept going, and then I thought, oh my god, it must have just, you know, and then afterwards the whole night it continued, and then I looked outside and the neighbours' lightings was going to electricity even and we didn't have any bad weather or anything. It was such a strange night. I don't know what happened. Originally I thought, oh, it must be, you know, but you know, everything was connected, there was no reason for it to go off, and it just kept going off. If you look at my live, and I think at one point it just went pitch black, and it was like, oh my goodness. It was really freaky, because I do believe in things like that, but maybe I didn't think about it too much at the time. But then I looked outside, just, you know, to see like the weather or anything like that, and everything was fine, but I could see other people's electricity going on and off in their houses next, you know, right directly across from me. So that was a bit strange. Okay, so you can see it's just given some colour, and it's not a blush colour, but it's just definitely made me look a little bit more healthy, I guess is the right word. So that didn't take long either, so it's nice to kind of pack for, you know, travel friendly. Really, really good. So now what we're going to do is I am going to go in with the brows. I have actually run out of my e.l.f. Brow pencil, so today I'm going in with my QC Makeup Academy, and I do obviously I've got a whole section on QC Makeup Academy. I'm doing their skincare course, which I was requested to do kind of a video on, which I'll do. So Monday is the live, and then Wednesday is I've got a travel friendly beauty and skin products that are really good for you to travel with, and I've got lots of advice on that, so that'll be Wednesday's video. Mondays is the Ucanbe Twilight and Dusk palette, that'll be doing that. No, Exotic palette I'll be doing, and then the live obviously will go up on Monday as well. Hopefully you can join me for 6 o'clock. So basically, when you do a makeup course with QC Makeup Academy, whether it's their Global Beauty, which is like a workshop, or their Master Makeup Artistry, you will get a kit sent out to you. So this is something I've kept from the Global Beauty course, which I'm still doing, but I've nearly not finished just yet, but they did send out a kit, and part of that was, there's a mirror here, sorry guys, so I don't want to shine too much onto you, but and this is just the brow. You did get I use my own brush, but that's kind of the brow bar, as they call it a brow bar. So I'm just going to find my brush quickly. I've got a double-ended one somewhere from, I should have really got that out, guys. And what one did I use the last time? It's definitely here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to brush it through with this kind of applicator brush. Then I'm going to use one of my spoolies that are clean, and we're going to kind of brush that through the brow. So I'm just looking in the mirror. I'm going to be taking a mixture of this one and this one. They're not named at all. So we're just going to take a mixture of them both. Follow the natural brow. And you can see it's so quick. I noticed that once I put my setting spray on, I don't need wax or anything. It stays really nicely. The quality of QC Makeup Academy's makeup is really, really good. So now what I'm going to do very carefully is go in with my spoolie, and we're just going to actually instead we're just going to kind of go over what we've done very lightly. You can see it doesn't move the products or anything like that, so it's really good. And like I say, once the setting spray is on, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so we're going to do the same for the other side. Okay, going in just with both of those colours here, mixing them both, and just like that. Okay, and let's just go back in with that one and just go lightly over it, and that's that, done really quick. Okay, so now what we're going to do is move on quickly. So what I'm going to do now is set everything, because there's no cream blush or cream bronzer. What I'm going to do today is just set this quickly and then go in with my Flormar blush, which I'm so happy I found. I've had this for a while and I didn't lose it as such, but I obviously misplaced it, put it somewhere really safe, found it, and I absolutely adore it, guys. Flormar, I think, are a forgotten, they're not forgotten, but you don't hear about them as much, brand. Let me just open this up. This is what it looks like. Really beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, guys. I think I've shown it in my last two videos. Really gorgeous. So we're going to be using that. So what I mean is I'm going to set my everything we've done now, because it's not going to no really need for any cream bronzer or blush. So I can set this with powder. This is the translucent powder from Rimmel, and we're just going to go in with my powder brush. This is just the Elf multitasker brush, so it's just called Elf Total Face. I call it the multitasker because I use it for a lot of things, but this is just a total face brush. And we're just gonna, and the good thing about this Rimmel setting powder is it doesn't take, sometimes when you put a setting powder on, it kind of changes the entire, takes off the color that you've done, and I like this one because it doesn't kind of change what you've done, it just sets it basically, which is really good. Sorry if I'm sniffling, guys, I don't know. There's not even anybody around me that's ill. I've just had really bad blocked ears. I had it once as a child and never since then. And yeah, I'm not too happy about it, but at least we're getting something done about it on Wednesday. Okay, so before all of this, I've just been popping on my Vaseline for lips because I'm trying to just keep them moisturized. So now what I'm going to do, before we do any of our contour or blush, I'm just going to set the under eye, and this is my e.l.f. quad. This is not new and everybody probably knows about it, but I use this one with the smaller brush just to kind of set the under eye. And that's what it looks like on the brush. Just the inner corners. Just looks like that. Kind of light reflecting too, so it just gives you that awake look too. You can see, okay? And then I'm just dabbing the rest of the product on. And what you can do, if you've done the right reflecting, you can go in with this one, the more banana toned one, and just set under the eye. And that's kind of what I do for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go in with my Glow Wish, and this is the Huda Beauty bronzer. It's what I use for powder bronzer. Now, a lot of people put on their eyeshadow first and then do the rest of their makeup, but I find that I prefer doing it this way. A lot of makeup artists will do that first, but I've always preferred to do it the other way around. It's always worked better for me. Okay. Okay, and again, this has kind of a marble look to it as well, very like Laura Geller. So that's what that looks like. And we're going to go in with my Real Techniques contour brush. Again, if you take care of these guys, they just last and last, especially the e.l.f. as well. The e.l.f. Brushes are really, really good. They've really put a lot of, and I think I said that before, e.l.f. have really come on. You know, if you think about them years ago, they were only known for certain things, and now, I mean, they've got some really good skincare. Brushes are really well made. I've got some brushes from them that are like 5 or 6 years old that still do me really well once I take care of them. And somebody asked me the other day, they sent me a message to say, do you use a specific brush cleaner? And I don't, guys. I just I'll either use shampoo or conditioner, but actually what I really focus on is what I use to clean them. So like I have a rotating kind of bowl where I'll put it in, and I switch it on and it rotates it for 30 seconds. And you don't, sometimes you just have water, you don't necessarily need any type of conditioner for your brush, and then so 30 seconds in the water, 30 seconds out of the water, and then it dries completely. So I will link below somewhere where you can find that. I think I have a video years ago where I did that. So let's move on to the Flormar bronzer now. So you can see that's kind of just warmed up the face. It complements the Makeup by Mario Light Sculpt Skin Enhancer. And we're just going to go in. This blush, guys, I just love it. Now the same packaging doesn't exist anymore, but it is available. It is available. So just, and we're going to go in with the cheeks brush here. And just bring that gently, light-handedly, guys, light-handedly up the cheekbone. And then I'll go in with a lighter blending brush and we'll blend that out. So you can see that, and then we're just going to straight away go back in with my just buffing brush, and it just makes it a bit more natural. So you can kind of choose how strong you want it. So that was the lightest touch, and you can see how strong it is, guys, so it lasts a very long time. We're going to go in again with a separate blending brush and go in again, just to kind of calm it down slightly. Okay, all right, so let's go to that eyeshadow palette now. So McGrath Labs have been around for a very long time. I knew about them. I didn't necessarily want to pay £119 for a palette, which is what they retail for in the UK. I don't think I would personally spend that money, even if I could, on a palette. I'm a makeup lover, don't get me wrong, but it's not something I would do. But if I ever wanted to test a product, if something like this comes out, which is £27, keep in mind I had a gift card, but I think even if I had that, I would pay it just to test it, just to test the product. And particularly, guys, if the palettes have, say, 12 colours and you only really want to use 4 or 5, buying the entire palette might just also not benefit you financially. So something like this I definitely wanted to have a look at. So let's open that. It has good packaging, very strong packaging. So that's what that looks like. So what I'm going to do as a crease colour is we're going to go in with this brown, and this is called Taboo. So we're going to go in with Taboo, and I'm just going to use my blender brush. We're going to go in there with that. And it's just a medium toned warm brown, but we're just going to use it as a crease colour. And I'm going to use what's remaining on the brush before I go in again for the other side. So the colours are really strong, really easy to blend, and colour payoff is amazing. So that's what I would say, and I only know that because, as you know, the other day I did put up a post of me wearing the makeup. The last video I was wearing the eyeshadow and I kept it on all day, and the colour payoff was amazing. The only thing I haven't done, and I had it to hand and forgot about it, was my pigment base. That is Profusion, which I always use, but I forgot that through all the talking. So, okay, and you can see I didn't need a lot, guys. I mean, I don't necessarily, I was about to go in again, but I actually necessarily don't need to necessarily. We'll just kind of shape it with a separate brush. We'll kind of, then we'll move on. So this is the e.l.f. Blender, all over blender for the eyes. So we're just gonna just not harshen the lines so much, just make it a little bit more natural looking, as natural as you can make it look. And that's how quick and easy it is, guys. Sets into the skin really quickly. Really grabs the skin too. Some colour will fade over time, or there'll be loads of fallout, but that's what you can expect with a high-end kind of eyeshadow like this. A lot of people have likened it to the Natasha Denona palette. I haven't tried her either. Her palettes, I think 6 pieces, the 6-piece palettes I think are in around the same price as this. I haven't tried her yet, but definitely the colour payoff doesn't fall. No, sometimes you can get high-end palettes and they still have fallout and things like that. This doesn't. So what I'm going to do now is go into the inner corners with this one here, and this is, let's have a look at where it is. It is Shadow Divine Glow. That's what that one looks like. So anytime you have a glitter or a shimmer, I always advise go in with your finger, because the warmth of your finger attaches it to, so if you're doing skin to skin contact, it's going to stay, it's going to blend easier than a brush would. So I'm going in like that, very gently bringing it up. I'm being careful not to drag the skin in any way. And that's kind of the gold look, you get the gold effect. What I might do is, because I can see some of it's gone right into the inner corner, might use the mirror actually here. You get a mirror with it. You can see it's kind of gone into the inner corner, which isn't what I wanted. That's a bit better. It looked like it had just gotten into the corners a bit too much. And then what I'm going to do is then go in with the brighter color here, the brightest, and that is Bronze Eclipse. And that I might apply that with a brush, but we'll see the fingers first, see how that goes. And I might just go into the inner corners really gently into the inner. Wow, look at that, guys. Yeah, I like that. It just reflects. So if you have a dark color, it still reflects and doesn't look, you don't look tired, you don't look, you know, too dark or too kind of drab. So what we're going to do is follow that same, I think what I meant to put in was this one and I did that one. So we'll try this one on the other side. Yeah, you can see, so that's what I tried to do. So what we'll do is I'm going to go over this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Really easy to apply, guys. The ease of application I really, really like. This will definitely be coming with me to Ireland. It'll make it into the travel essentials video, I think. Let's just have a look here. Let's go back in here to the inner corner. And then what we're going to do on the outer V is choose one of the deeper colors. I like this warmer tone, so we're going to go in with that. And this is, just give you the name, Extreme Dark. But I would have said that's Extreme Dark, am I right? No, Bronze Blaze is this one, and this is Extreme Dark. Okay, right. So very happy with it so far. They're powdery, but they don't, once they're on, they stay on. There's no fallout. The color, I think you've got 2 or 3 color stories here. This is look 1 today. So we will do a look 2. This is the one I'm going to go in the deeper kind of, I would call that more of a maroon brown. And so what we're going to do is find my placement brush that I had here. And we're just going to take that. And bring that in the outer V. It's not showing up on camera like it's showing up here. Hopefully it will after the second application. What I might do is do it in this mirror. But you can see kind of the look is coming together, or what I could do if I am struggling with that, that's what it looks like. And we can literally just place it with our fingers, which is working a lot better. So we'll do that on both sides. Again, that's what it looks like. And then we'll just blend that out. So what I'll do is I'll put a little bit on, the tiniest bit on, and then we'll use that to cut the crease and also the outer V. Notice I haven't gone back in on the other eye. So yes, I really like that, guys. It was really easy to do. You could certainly mix up the darker one to the deepest one here if you wanted to, but very, very easy to do. So what you could do is bring that down the lid. I've got very sensitive lids, but I could try it today. You could kind of bring either go for a goldish going down the lids or a deeper going down the lids if you wanted to. I think I'll just go with mascara today. The mascara I'm using is Fenty Beauty, and this is from, this is called Cause I'm Black. I just loved it. It's the Fenty Beauty from Rihanna. It's the Hella Thick mascara. And that's going to be put on off camera and then I'll come back. So that's the result after 2 applications of the Fenty Beauty mascara. And it is called Fenty Beauty Hella Thick mascara. And honestly guys, it's my absolute favorite at the minute. It doesn't clump. It does have a thicker brush, which I'm not often a fan of, but it doesn't take out, the big thing about it is that it doesn't take out too much formula, which actually is a compliment to the mascara, because it means that the formula is thick, but it doesn't come out and clump, which is the big thing. And I really like it. It kind of gives you that false lash effect. So if you're someone like me who, you know, false lashes can affect the eyes, or you really kind of, not that I have an allergic reaction, but they certainly don't make me, they're just uncomfortable. But this absolutely, guys, that's only 2 applications. Really easy to put on, one of my favorites so far. I do get smaller versions of things. Again, I will stress this was a gift card, so I didn't personally buy it, but I think when it does use up at whatever point that is, I would certainly go back and get it again. I think this was £11 on Cult Beauty. And it's their kind of mini version. I would go on to Cult Beauty before, and I think I've said that again. If you want to kind of look at kind of mini versions of things to test if you like them, that's a good idea to go to Cult Beauty. So that's what that looks like. So the next thing we're going to do is just put Elf Day Tonight on. That's for the lips. They aren't specifically named, it's just berries. And you've got the lighter one for the day and the deeper one for the night. That's what we're going to do. This is what it looks like. Really soft formula. And just really complements. What I'm going to do is look in the mirror, because getting the outer lip, I just want to make sure. There's also a really gorgeous smell of vanilla. Okay, so that's the finished look, guys. We were focusing today more on the McGrath Labs Sublime palette. I like it a lot. I don't know if I would have paid the £27 if it wasn't a gift card. I'm not sure. But it's great to test if you do want to. If you're very keen on Pat McGrath and maybe you saved up, definitely, I would advise definitely to try it out. If you aren't kind of a fan of these colours, that she has so many other colours. Again, these colours have been taken from various palettes and put into one. So like I said before, if you do have these palettes, there's no need to go out and buy this. You probably more than likely have the colours, and that's why they are named. So you could look for the name of the colour and look at your palettes, and it's most likely there. So that's what it looks like. Packaging is very nice. It does have a mirror too, so it's really travel friendly. So that was the end of the look, guys. I will put pictures up. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.